Why was it time to move out of Los Angeles?
I don't want to hate on LA because I love LA. It's my home. But the culture in LA is pretty intense. You know, when you're young and you grow up here, most people who I meet haven't grown up here. But like when you grow up here, you don't notice all of that stuff. You're playing soccer, you're going to your friend's house, you're having sleepovers, your mom's picking you up from school. It's like and I grew up in the Valley too. It's like a little bit more suburban. But I think just being in this business and living in LA, and then when you're in this business, the culture you experience within LA is a lot of like money, looks, and fame. That's like, you know, when you walk in a restaurant, everyone's like, who's that? Like turning their head to see like who's there, you know? And I just got really drained of that and uninspired. That was the main thing. I felt really uninspired by it. I felt really like I started feeling like I didn't want to go places because I felt that energy so much. It's like when you're sensitive to something, it's like an open wound, and then any little piece of salt that you put in it is like, ow. Whereas like if you're not as sensitive to it, you can go to those places and not notice everyone looking at you or whatever, you know? But I got to that place where I was just feeling really isolated and not wanting to do anything. And now I live in Seattle.
Sick.
Yeah. I really love it. And I come here like I'm here all the time. So I definitely don't feel, you know, my mom's entire side of the family lives here, and I don't even feel like, I miss them. I miss not living in the same city as them because I'm here so much that I.
Yeah, but you still have a balance. You still go home to somewhere else. You still have a community that is not solely this.
Yeah. And so I got engaged.
Mazel tov.
Very excited. Thank you. And he is from Seattle. And, you know, the first few years we were together, we lived in LA together. But we would go to Seattle. And it was like the first time I ever, other than, you know, because when you're touring, you're like moving so much. You can spend time in other places, but you're not like living in another place. So this was the first time that I was in another place. And I like really experienced what it was like to actually live there. Like, where would I go to the market? Where, you know, what would our coffee spot be? Like, whatever. And I just found myself every time I was there for like 2 weeks or more, I would feel like just calmer. Like I felt like my nervous system was healthier, and like I wasn't like in my body didn't have as much like inflammation or something. Like I just feel like I was less stressed and I was happier. I just felt like happier.
So important.
Yeah. And so then I was like, let's get out of here. Let's go move there. And it's been like I'm so happy that I did it.
So smart.
Yeah.
Does the psychology affect your music at all? Does it affect like how you approach it or how you think about music?
No, but I think that like the same interest that brought me to studying psychology is like the same part of me that has like my certain style of writing.
Which
like,
is what?
Which is like I'm really interested in human dynamics. Like my parents had a messy divorce when I was younger, and it really fucked me up. Like, and I remember I could see as like a young kid, like, oh, you said this, she's sensitive about this, so she's going to react in this way, and then that's going to like trigger you to do this. Like even as like a little kid, I was very like aware. Like I had like extra tentacles. Like I was like aware of human dynamics. I don't know, like the layers within all of that. And I think that is what made me interested in studying psychology, but it's also where, you know, what I write about, the interest in that also comes into play with like what I'm writing about and like the way that I write, like about, because like when I'm writing, I like writing about like the juice of whatever it is, you know, usually it's humans, like whether it's like a friendship or a relationship but I like writing about, I don't like just black and white things where it's like, oh, you're a bad person, you're jealous, you're this. I like writing, oh, I'm in love and I miss you, and because of this I was jealous and I was sensitive about this, and that's why I acted like a psycho here. Like, you know what I mean? It's like a lot more forgiving. It's not just so black and white, you know? And I think that that's a lot more interesting, those dynamics and those like layers, than just being like, you're an asshole, like you left me, or like whatever, you know?
And by the way, like it sounds like life, you know?
Yeah.
Life is pretty deep.
Yeah.
complex, not black and white.
Yeah.
You can listen to all of Banks' music. It's waiting for you on Amazon Music. There's a link below.
Check it out.
Why did you start the album with Guillotine?
This is the last song I made, too.
Well, also the last song, which is Off With Your Head, you mentioned Guillotine in the song, I think.
Yeah. I just wanted to bookend it with, like, I really like duality, like how I was just saying, like layers of things. I like when something sounds negative but is actually positive, sounds kind of dark and scary but is actually really light. So the concept of Off With Her Head, like I said, like it sounds like it's, you know, it's from Alice in Wonderland, the queen wanting to kill her. But for me, the sentiment means, you know, be present and experience joy. So I kind of wanted to bookend this album with two of like the most, those are like probably the heaviest, most production-wise, like what's about to happen, like apocalyptic type of energy. Mm-hmm. And I like bookending an album about joy with that. It's just, I don't know. I thought it was cool.
Are you apologizing to yourself at the end of the album?
I'm apologizing to the asshole that lives in my head.
Can we talk about River?
Yeah.
I mean, you're not talking about an actual river.
No.
Listen to the lyrics.
Right?
Oh my God. Yeah.
As a human, you're talking about a person?
I'm talking to a girl. Yeah. Who's got a lot of power and doesn't fully know it.
It's a great record.
The best pussy of your life.
Yeah, you say it, right? Yes.
Yeah.
It's a great album.
Thank you.
It's really good.
Thank you. I love it, and I can't wait for people to experience it. It's definitely got the least sad songs on an album I've ever written, which is really cool.
There's a lot of moments of empowering.
Oh, yeah.
Empowerment. Like that last record we just talked about. It is empowering. River is empowering.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a reminder of your power.
Yeah.
You should be proud.
Thank you.
Thanks for hanging out today.
Yeah, thanks for having me. This was so great chats.
Yeah, literally anytime. We're always here.
Love it.
Did you ever think Begging for Thread would be as big and impactful as it has been over the years? And people
No, I wasn't
going
to put it on the album.
What?
That was the song I was like...
Wait, what?
I wasn't gonna put that song on Goddess.
Why?
I was like, it's so poppy. It just feels a little different than the rest. I don't know. That's always how it is, though.
Do you think because it's so poppy is why it performed so well? Because it was catchy and like everyone was like, yeah, this
Maybe. It's also, I don't know. It's a whole bag. Like, I think that the melody is really catchy, but also the lyrics are heady.
It's clever.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I don't know. But it is funny. That's once I didn't play it at a show, my manager was like, what the fuck are you doing? They just kept thinking I would play it. Like, cool, the show ended. Encore, maybe she'll do it for the encore. Nope, she didn't do it for the encore. He's like, you have to play that song.
Was it just like you've played it enough? You're sick of
I
it?
just was like, let's just not. But I didn't make that mistake again. I got in trouble for that.